Good morning. Welcome to Time in His Word. 1 Corinthians 11:1 says this, "Be intimidators of me, just as I also am of Christ." What's that mean? Be intimidators of me. I heard a deal yesterday. I was listening to Gaither Radio. It's on XM. And one of the commentators was saying, if you think about it, God says, Jesus says, follow me. And the commentator said, if you think about it, he's always going forward, never back, never looks back at where he's been, always pressing forward towards the goal. And it got me to thinking, as hard as we try to be intimidators of our Savior, and because we're human, we tend to look back at the things that are obstacles in our walk or keep us from growing anymore in our faith, because we sometimes can't let go of the past, and it's just for any number of reasons, or we allow things to bog us down. And life's not easy, but when we let whatever's bothering us pull us down, it makes life more difficult, and then we're not being imitators of our Savior. In Ephesians 5:1, it says this, "Therefore be intimidators of God as beloved children, and walk in love just as Christ also loved you and gave himself up for us, an offering and a sacrifice to God as a fragrant aroma." There's that reference to children again, the innocence of children. And while I don't, like I said, I'm no Bible scholar, I don't recall but a couple places where he references children. One of them was where the disciples was keeping the children from getting close to Jesus when he was teaching, and he got on to them about it. He said, don't keep the little ones from me. And he referenced that we should be as children in our belief. And after hearing what that person said yesterday on the radio about God is always pressing forward, he's never looking back, like I said, it got me to thinking about, as hard as we try to be like children in our faith, that believe like a child does. If you ever talk to a child that's fired up for God, the innocence that they have, but the faith and the passion they have, you'd like to have some of that. Oh shoot, I'm trying to think of the word. You just want some of that. But I think as adults, we let so much get in our way of our walk, and life gets us down no matter what you're doing, whether you're a small business owner or you work for somebody. Just things at work get us down, and they drag us down. And instead of pressing forward as we're told to do, we kind of get stagnant. And then when we get stagnant, then we start wondering about our faith. And that's, to me, I think that's human, because we're human, and we're trying as best we can to follow him, but things just get us down. And when they get us down, we kind of lose sight and we lose focus of what we're doing. But this verse in Ephesians really, it's a good reminder. Therefore be intimidators of God as beloved children. We need to try to get back to that innocence that a child has in their belief. They have no belief of racism because they've not grown into adults to experience it or be taught that yet. But when you teach them about the Bible, they get all fired up, and it's catchy. You want some of the enthusiasm that they have. So as you go through the day today, think about that. Think about this. God is always pressing forward. He's always going forward. He's never looking back. He never, like I said, we have a tendency to look back at something that's bothered us or somebody that's wronged us. And when we do, we allow that to pull us down, to bog us down in baggage that we don't need. We just need to be like children in our walk, in our faith. Therefore, be intimidators of God as beloved children, and walk in love, just as Christ also loved you and gave himself up for us, an offering and a sacrifice to God as a fragrant aroma. So, starting today, why don't we press forward, not look back at the things that have dragged us down, have the innocence of a child in our belief in God, and that whatever's written in this book we can rely on, we can count on, and we can count it as a promise and a promise kept. And let go of the things that bog us down. I know that's easier said than done, but if we're pressing forward and we're doing as Ephesians 5:1-2 says to do, we should be following Christ. As he presses forward, we press forward behind him, allowing him to lead the way on our journey that he's laid out for us.